Today we're going to be doing the strawberry DNA extraction lab. We're basically going to be trying to extract DNA from a strawberry using household products, such as alcohol, coffee strainers, and soapy and salty liquid. And in doing so, we're going to observe a large sample of DNA, which we're later going to display on a slide. Our hypothesis is that we're going to be able to extract the DNA and hopefully get a large enough quantity so we could show it off. Procedure. Place one strawberry in a Ziploc bag and push out the air and seal. So she's going to be Alright, so she's going to be mashing the strawberry for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Can I start?
Yeah. As you can see, after a couple minutes of breaking down the strawberry, it is now turned into mostly liquid, and we got most liquid state with a couple some strawberry remnants, the chunks, and when we add the buffer, or adding it to the buffer, we're going to add the buffer and try to extract some DNA. But the reason for doing this was so that we could break it down to the cell wall. Okay, now we're going to measure out 10 milliliters. Can you hold this? 10 milliliters of the buffer. And remember, the buffer is soap, water, and salt. So 10 milliliters of that. Alright, measure out 10. Now we're going to add the extraction buffer to the Ziploc bag. Now Sayara is going to knead this strawberry and the liquid in the bag again for another minute, and we have to try to make sure that it's not too bubbly. So I'm going to set a timer for a minute. Okay, the next step is to assemble our filtration apparatus as shown to the right. Basically, we're going to filter this by putting a coffee filter over a small cup. Put it in there like that. So what this is going to do is it's going to allow the liquid part to seep through, and it's going to leave the chunky strawberry on the top. Okay, so after letting it sit for about 2 minutes, you can see that the liquid portion has seeped to the bottom of the cup, and we are throwing away the rest of the strawberry. Now we're going to pour in this liquid into our test tube. Make sure we get all of it. Now we're going to pour the liquid in our test tube and slowly pour ethanol alcohol. We're going to fill it about 3/4 of the way. So we're probably get right there.
Just stop for my comments.
Now this is where we do our observations. Okay, so it's been sitting for about a minute, and you notice that the strawberry DNA is moving upwards towards the alcohol. And this is because the alcohol is less dense, and it's basically moving up across the gradient. And this is where you see the strawberry DNA at the top, kind of that foamy looking. And if you want to get a little bit more, you could hit it a little bit and you see it rise. All right, now we're going to use our coffee stir to remove a small portion, and you're going to observe this clump by touching it and recording what you see. This is the point where you take a picture of your data before you remove the DNA and put it on the slide. So I'm going to use a coffee stir, take a clump. Now that we have our strawberry DNA on the slide, what we want to do is to spread it out nice and evenly and as thin as possible so that we can look at it under a microscope. And this is still in a clumps. I'm try to smoothen it out a little bit. I think that's good. Right. Cut. As you have seen from the microscope, we were able to find out that our once you broke down the strawberry DNA, it looked like it had the strands did resemble fibers. The strands resembled fibers, and this proves our hypothesis. Basically saying that we did, in fact, extract DNA, strawberry DNA.